Hello, housemates, and welcome back for more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline. Last time we finished off those pesky plague bearers. We fought Bishop Vic and Jezebel Locke. We also gained an interest in a club because we killed a mafia boss for Venus. So we can go back there occasionally and get ourselves some more cash. Now we have some work to do for Fat Larry. But first, we need to get some blood, and to do so, we should go back to Santa Monica and visit the blood bank. So you can go back to Santa Monica at any time. Interesting, right here there are some lesser clans who have some weird quirks. One of these is the flesh-eating Nagaraja. And so we know about Pisha down in the basement of that abandoned hospital. We know by inference that she is a Nagaraja. So, let's go visit some of our old friends and see if they have anything interesting and new to say. We can go visit Bertram. I've missed you too, crazy doomsayer. What up, Bertrand?
What do you need?
Have you heard anything about the serial killer?
Those murders are definitely the work of kindred. Probably some caitiff getting revenge on everyone who made fun of him in high school. Once the sheriff tracks this guy down, they're gonna make one hell of an example of him.
So, remember that we are doing our own personal investigation into the serial murderer. We, probably have found... Oh wait, are we doing that? No, we're investigating a serial murderer, or at least someone with a vendetta, because we have found in that warehouse in LA the dude who was like impaled and beheaded, and then the report from the homeless guy that someone grew these big old long claws to tear him to pieces. So that was in the service of tracking down Muddy Mike Durbin, whom we have initially started looking for because Arthur Kilpatrick paid us to. So, caitiff.
Caitiff are just riffraff vampires who don't know anything about vampire society.
I think we already did this before.
Not vampires. What I suspect you...
Yeah, see ya. So he didn't have anything particularly new to say. We got a little bit of talk about the serial killer. And you'll note that Santa Monica, Carnival of Death and Mud Hunt are our open quests. Mud Hunt, you found the shredded body of Milton at an abandoned warehouse, but Durbin, who is Mike Durbin, Muddy, is nowhere to be found. You did find a key to the Lucky Star hotel room, or motel. We do not yet know where that is. And this is the Carnival of Death. You talked to a bum inside an abandoned warehouse, the scene of the latest grisly murder. The bum witnessed the killing and told you the killer grew claws and ripped the victim apart while saying something about revenge. So we can see that these two are indeed connected, and so that the serial killer we are looking for from Santa Monica is one in the same as the person hunting Muddy, perhaps? So those two strands are tied together. Let's go check out our apartment. We have not been there for quite some time. We remember we will need to go to the blood bank. We can go check out Mercurio. We could talk to Trip if we wanted to. After you leave here for the first time, the guy with the fancy car, who you can turn into a blood doll, will no longer be there, so you can't depend on him anymore. But your blood doll from the other club will still be there.
So many callers, so little time. If you don't get through to me tonight, don't let it break your heart.
Nothing in the fridge.
I'm here each and every AM.
We haven't checked our email in ages, but we don't have any new messages, it looks like. Nope.
Hello, Greg. Up late, aren't we?
Well, I work a night shift here at the power plant, pretty much alone, and the only thing that gets me through this shift is you.
So that's the Deb of Night. It changes, the radio show in the background changes from act to act. When you go to a new area for the first time, the radio show that you hear in every area will change to be the same. Let's see. there was something in this dude's apartment that we couldn't get to before. We still can't get to it. The lockpicking skill we would need is 8. Our current lockpicking skill is 4. We will not get up to 8 with using blood buff. So if we want to come back and get this, we'll have to remember to do so at a later point in time. Mercurio has still not cleaned the fucking blood out of the apartment. Come on, dude. And he's not even here. So we can't talk to him. He needs to deal with his furniture and this whole grossness situation. I'm sure that, what was his name? Carson, the bounty hunter, after having his finger chopped off by a psychopath, was not thrilled to come home to a hallway full of blood. I'm sure that just did not help his situation at all. Okay, so we can go visit the club. We will do so, in part to check up on Jeanette and Therese, and also in part to visit our Santa Monica blood doll and top up. Nox is still here as well. Hello.
I missed you. Did you miss me?
Terribly. Let me show you how sorry I am. So again, watch carefully to make sure her blood is regenerated. Now, one thing that you also notice is that as you become more powerful, as you advance through the game, the earlier blood dolls from earlier sections of the game do not fill you up as much.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing special.
Oh, man, thanks again for your help.
No problem. Alright, so now we should go to the blood bank. It's good to carry around a supply of blood packs, just in general. We can also sort of lurk around these back alleys to see if anyone comes in, so we can fill up without having to drink any of the blood packs that we were about to buy. We have to go down and visit Vandal, whom we had to, I believe, dominate into letting us continue to buy blood for him after we released Lily earlier. Hey, Vandal.
Need a fix?
I do indeed. Say, where do you get your blood from now?
Now that you let that one go, I have to go out and find someone else to fill the chair. But it's kind of chilly out, and now that my co-pilot's been devoured, I'm flying solo. I need a new body. Find another donor and I'll whip up a fresh batch.
Where should I look?
The bitch who owns me and this place runs the asylum. Lots of young, stupid blood there. Not like the putrid, stinking, vagrant blood we so often get. Don't shed any at the club, though. No. The missus, she don't appreciate it.
Fine. I'll check the asylum. Goodbye. I don't know if I have to do that. I thought I avoided having to do that. And we've also already sort of convinced the extra person at the asylum to sort of be our blood doll. I don't know if I can now convince her to also go down here. We'll have to check that out. I think I can still buy blood from him otherwise. It'll be a pain if I can't. So we will go to the second floor of the entertainment venue to see if we can, what we can get out of, hey, Nox, you're in my way. Goth moron, you're also in my way. God, you people are annoying. Hello.
Hey, you.
Okay. I heard about a dope party over at the blood bank. God, no one would take me seriously if I talked like that.
Really? Well, that's just a little too creepy for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone who lived on the edge.
I guess I'm going to the blood bank then.
Yep.
Had enough of this place anyway.
So, you can see, obviously you lose humanity for doing that. For sending her to be, you know, brained and drained over at the blood bank by Vandal. You can, of course, not do that. Keep her there alive and as a constant source of blood. I'm not quite sure if... Yeah, I don't think that I have to do that for Vandal, but I did it just to show you that I could. Here's our favorite schizophrenic, multiphasic personality disorder person.
Good evening. Hello, sweetheart.
How are you two getting along?
We're bridging valleys, but I still can't persuade her to wear eyeshadow, and you won't.
Good to hear. Goodbye. Yep, so, you don't get anything particularly interesting out of them for the rest of the game, I don't think. You might get some angry dialogue with them if you rat them out as being Malkavian. I've never done that, so I don't know. And of course, you can have much different interactions with them if you chose to sort of support only one or the other of them. Yeah, but we didn't, so... Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, so we won't bother with talking about that. Anyone gonna creep onto this alley? No? Just me? Fine. Alright, now that we have sent a fresh body down to Vandal, let's see what we can do. You can see our humanity is still pretty high, so it's no big deal. I mean, not to me anyway. I'm a heartless killer. Hey, Vandal.
Sweet girl you sent up. Made the other ones seem like sour milk. Real bleeder, lovely thing. Least, she used to be. But she'll live on in your heart, won't she? Need a bag of it?
Yeah, I do. And you get some XP for that, so I guess that's worth it. So we have blood packs. Blood packs of $94, and then blue blood packs, which are from only the finest human specimens. A great vintage. So you have to take blue blood packs if you are a Ventru to get really anything out of them. Otherwise, they're just more effective. I'm going to buy 3 of those, and then 3 regular ones. I still have plenty of cash. We just got some XP, so let's check it out. We now have enough to put our Auspex up again. At level 3, we will add 2 points to Wits and 1 to Perception. And it reveals all auras of living and undead within a large distance, last for 28 seconds. So that 2 points in Wits would give us 3 Wits, which, when combined with our computer skills, would give us 6 hacking. So it would boost our hacking, temporarily at least, up. So we're going to go with that. We will try and maximize 2 of our disciplines, and we will leave entirely untouched Dominate. So we've gotten some blood, we've gotten some blood packs, we got some more XP. I'd say it's about time to go back and deal with Fat Larry's task for us. Let's see if anyone's going to walk back into this alley. Sometimes a guy comes to pee behind this dumpster, and then you can like jump on him and eat him while he's doing that. But I don't have the patience right now.
Hop in.
I will. So we're going back downtown, and we're going to see about Larry's task. So it is helpful to know that if you complete, if you get to the suitcase and take it without being seen, you will get a little bit of a bonus in XP, so it is worth trying. Oh, gross, dude. And here is the garage into which you need to go. Ugh, that was a terrible sentence. Into which you must go. I'm going to get my blood buff out and ready because it buffs dexterity, and dexterity helps you sneak. I'm going to already be sneaking, always be sneaking, as I come down into here. So this is a little bit of an obnoxious mission. You can, of course, just run through here and wreck everyone, but you don't get as much XP if you do it that way. So, if you want to do it the proper way, you have to take time and sneak around very carefully. And obviously, if you're terrible at sneaking, this will not work very well at all. So you have to watch the sneak meter very closely See, I'm in danger at the moment. And the goal is to find these ladders so that you can traverse the areas via the air ducts, like so. As usual, these air ducts are ridiculously large and able to support the weight of my undeath, which is pretty hefty, I assure you. Also, auspex can come in handy here because you can't see very well when you're standing at the apertures to these vents. And sometimes if you try and jump down, you will jump right down into someone's detection range, and that's bad news. But for the time being, I think we're fine.
Alright, so check this out. Try some shot. Yo, first one I see I got slime for work on. Yo, check it. Watch my back, stupid. Marco said these jokers ain't play. They don't give us stuff. Pop up, you know? Oh, they do, cause y'all be all yo, Tanya, chow woo, hot target right here. Hot target? What the hell does that mean? Never seen hot target. I didn't even know it was a John Woo film. It was a good film, man. It has Van Damme and that oatmeal guy.
Van Damme and that oatmeal guy. The oatmeal guy is Wilford Brimley, who talks to you about diabetes. Alright. Hey, let me out. Alright. You are going down. I think there's an error in the description for this mission. It says that you are going to the top of a parking garage, but I'm pretty sure that you spend your entire time going down in this mission. Whatever.
I don't like this place at night. It seems haunted. Don't you feel like something's here? Like we're being watched?
I'm watching you.
The hairs on the back of my neck are sticking up. I swear there's something here. It's like, what's the word? Nervous? No, it's
So we have the two different... Oh, so Johnny is a name that is important to know for later. So we alternate between running from the Tong and from the local gang. So again, you have to watch very carefully. Their patrol patterns can get a little bit erratic, especially if they kind of slightly notice you, and they'll hang around in a place for longer. Go away, dude. Turn around. Thank you. Alright, so they're walking away. He's walking towards. Pretty sure we can avoid him. The meter is still green. So as usual, these sort of stealth levels, it's very implausible that it would actually work, but you know, it's a game. Deal with it. So you can see the stealth meter is moving downward right now, so that means we should be fine to jump out. See? You can accidentally jump right into them there, which is bad. And you need to get across, so you need to give yourself enough time to always, always crouch and get across to this next great entrance. And then you hop on in. This can be a little bit disorienting, but you know, after a couple times you get used to it. Once you have actually gotten the briefcase, you don't need to worry about being stealthy anymore. It does not get you anything, except perhaps not shot. All right. So I have a habit of, it's a good habit to sort of save occasionally as you're going through these grates, these vents. You don't have to do this over and over again, because it's just a pain. In case something unpleasant happens. So you can try and feed off this guy. My melee skill is pretty good, but if you fail at all, you're screwed. So better to break his neck. Later, dude. And hey, give me your gun. And we continue downward. And the alertness meter finally drops. So far, so good. I believe this is the last floor, and it is obviously, and of course, the most difficult. It always pays to wait a little bit to see if they're actually going to do any patrolling. Doesn't look like they are. So you move out and hop into the next grate. Get in. All right. Right, so there's a high alertness level, which means that they're probably like right out here. Remember, you can use Auspex if you have it to see where they actually are, like so. Doesn't seem that anyone's right out here. Oh shit, now they are. See, Auspex can tell you across multiple floors where people are. Don't come over here. Go away. Turn around. Go away. Thank you. So you want to... It seems counterintuitive, but you want to backtrack a little bit and go to this next ladder. You always want to find the next ladder and then go for that.
No gunshots? No word? What you thinking now? Easy. Last time I went down, man, you ducked behind a car and pissed yourself. That was blood. Oh, yeah, right. You got shot and you didn't tell nobody. That's cause it got better. Yeah, man. How come I gotta get stuck with you?
Right? No, I'm not here. You can't see me. So, you will really be shit out of luck if you have low sneak, because you'll drop down and they'll just see you and start shooting you. So, my sneak, remember, is like 6 or 7. I'll look in a minute to see what it actually is. And of course, this mission is trivially easy if you are either Nosferatu or Malkavian, because then you can just obfuscate your way through. So my sneaking is 5. So it's not wonderful, but it's not terrible. It's good enough, obviously. 5 is probably the minimum I would try this on. Other than that, lower than that, you're probably going to get seen at some point and then lose the bonus. I may still need to use blood buff. Oh, I was wrong. There's one more floor. Lame. So here might be a place where you have to use blood buff, because there is a ladder right there. I don't have to get past him, which would be impossible, obviously, because he's looking right at you unless you're invisible. It really shouldn't be possible right here, and you can see we get dangerously close to being seen for a second. But we made it. Right, there's a couple more ladder drops to go through. And then the next mission that we do after this, the Elizabeth Dane, is also, if you want to do it and get all of the possible XP, very stealth intensive. So we're going to drop ourselves down here again. We're going to see if he's going to move. There's somebody coming. He's right there. So sometimes if they turn, when they turn, they will see you. But luckily, that did not happen this time. You want to make sure not to tail too closely behind them, or they will hear you. You obviously always want to be sneaking, and you want to make directly for the ladder. Hug the walls and all that. Even if it says 100 when you're in a grate, in a vent, they will not see you in a vent, so that's fine. They can see you sometimes if you poke your head out of the vent in the wrong way, and you can see that this number has been changing as we've stood at this aperture. It's getting higher. Now it's getting lower. going to drop out here. I'm going to try and make it across. So that indicator is not perfect. It can mislead you in both directions. That is, it can tell you that you are in danger of being seen when you're not really, and it can tell you that you're not in danger of being seen when you are. So you need to use other indicators than just it.
Everyone understands, right? Take the case halfway and wait for them to do the same. They want to see the money, but we can't let them. Because it's filled with newspaper. Really? Is that why? Well, I should smack you. Starting again. Bring the...
No, fuck! Oh, God. I should have saved again. Now I have to do a couple of those levels again. So obviously that is a point at which I should have used blood buff. Let's see if we can have a snack. Alright, so we got a little snack. It's fine. No one's gonna notice. We managed not to alert him, which is good. I decided to try and go for that this time because obviously I'm going to need to use blood buff now. And this is something, when I play through this mission, I always save and retry if I get seen, because I want all the XP. You may think that's a little bit cheap and annoying, but it's just always the way I do this. You obviously don't have to. You get, it's only a couple XP, but it all matters. It all adds up over the course of the game. And it's more important, particularly for mage-type characters, for characters who aren't just like powerhouses who can soak up damage, to get all the XP so they can get all of the advantages that are available to them. If you have sufficient, so it takes not just having any skill in Obfuscate. You have to have a certain amount of skill in Obfuscate to be able to actually run around. I think it may be all the way up to level 4 that you need to have if you just want to straight up run through this level and totally invisible. But it is possible to get it, because I've done it before. You can see that they try and tempt you over there with, stolen car stereos, but it's not worth it. XP is better than $29. I'm willing to state at least that much. Alright, on down. Get our blood buff prepared so that we may make it that last little hurdle. We were so close. It may have been just that I needed to edge over a little bit to the right. That might have solved the problem. But, we were perilously close to being seen. And there are people on the right as well, so if you go too far in that direction, you will be equally screwed. This is why you shouldn't wear hoodies when you're on guard duty. It restricts your peripheral vision and prevents you from catching what you might otherwise have seen. Alright. We are getting there. I'm gonna remember my own advice. So you can hear someone just said, huh? We kind of tipped someone off to our presence, which means they'll change their patrol patterns a little bit. They'll stick in one spot and head towards the spot, which alerted them. It's fairly standard, I think, behavior for guards in this type of game. All right, here we are. Now we're going... Shit, just walked right in front of me. Now, we are lucky our blood buff, remember, lasts a little bit longer now. We're just going to walk on right across. So it's only a few points, like the 2 points more of dex, but it made the difference. It's handy to have the blood stars, I just said, because it makes that 2 points of dex last a little bit longer. Alright, so I think this is the last drop we have to make.
Now, under safety removed, I'm going in shooting. Never know what hit him. Think they'll try something? Let's hope so.
Alright, so each side is prepared to screw the other over. Making for back here. So that's the case that we want. We just have to get to it and touch it without being seen. And then we can, like, do whatever. So we got it without being detected. Ah! Fucking run. Luckily, they are also shooting each other, as you can see. So we're gonna run. Hey, dude. So I think that's a bit of a change, actually, from the base version of the game. In the normal version, I think they all just shoot at you. They don't really attack each other at all. But the dialogue here they've restored indicates that it was always their plan to turn on each other, and you got there just at the moment they were about to start doing so. So they've actually made it much easier. Because usually, once you get it undetected, what you have to do is, run through a hail of gunfire, either fight your way out or just like book it past everyone. Of course, if you're invisible, you can just be invisible and it doesn't matter. As long as you have sufficient blood. You can see they're all shooting each other. This gives it a much more interesting feel, sort of like running through gunfire between two people. Sort of, it's like a third party trying to get out without being seen. Yeah, this is much easier than the version that I'm used to, where you have to sneak all the way back out too without being seen. Not in order to get the extra experience, but to avoid being shot to shit. Alright, so I remember I need to cancel this blood shield before I walk out and face that security guard, or else I'll be in a bit of trouble. So F8, we cast off our shiny blood coat, and we walk out, and we can go chat with Larry. We got some new XP, we're going to get a discount and some cash from Larry. Everything is A-okay. And after that, we will take our skills to the Elizabeth Dane and do more sneaking, find more secrets, see what's up with this sarcophagus. Here's Larry. Larry!
Partner!
I got the briefcase.
Outstanding! Pass it over here, partner. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everything looks in order. Somebody somewhere got to be pissed off about losing this.
Yup.
Too bad I sent my man right here after.
Yeah.
All right. Let me peel off a few bills for you. I'll give you a discount from now on.
Right
I'll
on.
just drop this off to the new owner in the morning.
So it says you get a stat increase. The stat increase you get is finance. That's what you get as part of the reward for convincing him to give you a discount.
My treat.
Fat Larry is asking us out to a steak dinner. Fat Larry, I would love to have a steak dinner with you. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that I vomit when I eat now. So, I'll have to pass. I'm unavailable during the day. I work the night shift at Badass Incorporated. So, we got some money. You can see our finance skill went up 1, so our haggle is now 3. Much good that will do us. I have no desire to spend any of those points at the moment. The only thing that could conceivably help me with those points in our next piece of business would be sneaking, but I think we'll be able to manage with the sneak that we have and blood buff. So, we are now headed to the Elizabeth Dane, for which...
Going somewhere?
Yes. We must drive to Santa Monica. Alright. And we got to go down to the beach. Go visit our various thin-blooded friends down there. And this will be a storyline mission. We'll be advancing the plot again finally after doing a bunch of side stuff. But of course, we all know that the true lifeblood of a RPG are the side quests. And we are greeted by none other than our good friend, the man on the couch, looking much less beat to shit, Mercurio. What's up?
Hey, what can I say? You preserved my ass. I truly appreciate you not saying anything, and I want you to know I take care of those who do me favors. So from now on, you need equipment, info, you come see me at my apartment. Don't hesitate.
You look like you're feeling better.
I tell you, that blood you guys got's an amazing thing. Helped close up a few wounds. This back alley patch fixed up the rest. I needed that beating. Good reminder not to overestimate my ability. Last time it's gonna happen.
I might need some equipment for this little trip.
Oh, by the way, I paid a visit to our friends on the cliff up there early this morning. ODing's a painful way to go, especially when your kneecaps are on the floor next to you. What can I say? Payback and be a bitch like that.
Definitely. What do you got that will help me out? So, at the moment, he's got nothing particularly interesting. It is very helpful to go talk to him at regular intervals. So it gives you a reason to go back to Santa Monica.
Anything I can do for you tonight?
I need some info.
Concerning?
Weapons.
Specifically?
So here, you ask him these various questions, and ultimately he will get some sort of new piece of equipment, not the exact one that you're asking, but he'll get something like it, except obviously he's not going to get you anything like a tactical nuke. So let's have these conversations. A sniper rifle.
Not easy, even in this country. Military-grade sniper rifle with 50 caliber ammo could take a man apart at quite a distance. Makes the Secret Service nervous. I can, however, get my hands on a SWAT rifle. Give me some time.
All right. I was looking for some other weapons.
Specifically?
A combat shotgun.
What you want is a Spaz 15. I got a connection for those, but I haven't seen him in a while. Think he's in Mexico. As soon as he gets back, I'll have a few of them. Putting together a Dragon's Breath, too. Sawed off. Spits WP rounds. Few nice work.
Now, obviously white phosphorus rounds would be incredibly useful against vampires who are terrified and completely destroyed by fire. So, yeah.
Specifically?
A flamethrower.
Oh, yeah, I get a lot of requests for those. I blame the movies. Everybody thinks they're a riot till they set their friends on fire. They're not very easy to get hold of. I got a Vegas connection for those. Last time I was out there, I had to shoot my way to the state line.
I was looking for some other weapons.
Specifically?
And of course, we have to ask.
Only a lunatic would want that kind of ordnance. That's why they got him in Washington.
Bada bing! A joke at the government's expense. Alright, I had some questions about something else.
Concerning?
See if he's got anything new here. No. So, If you do rat him out, this is a very different encounter. I think he tries to kill you. I think that's the way it goes.
Hi.
I
This
think we've
last
already
bit
gone
hard.
through this. Yeah. So, no reason to talk to them, but there is a reason to get into this boat. We're going to get on this boat so we can go to another boat. Now, sneaking is the way to go here. There is an initial encounter that you cannot avoid on this boat. So don't worry about the guy that you see immediately when you show up. That guy, right there, don't worry about it. You have to talk to him. At least I think you do. It's at least helpful to talk to him, so we're going to do it.
Yo, Pally, over here.
Oh, for Christ's sake. That's you, right? Is that you? That's you, right? Is that you?
Yes.
Psst. Come here. Jeez.
Yo, Pally, over here.
Oh god, he's bugged
That's
out.
you, right? Is that you? That's you, right? Is that you?
Come on.
All right, look. Come here.
Yo, Pally, over here.
God damn it.
That's you, right? Is that you?
Yo, Pally, over here.
Head down the stairs behind you and... That's you, right? Is that you?
This is...
That's you, right?
Oh god, it's
Is that
bugged
you?
out.
That's... Come here.
Stop it.
That's you, right? Is that you?
Jesus, shut
That's you, right? Is that you?
Yo, Pally, over here.
That's you, right?
So...
Is that you?
Oh god.
Come here. That's you, right? Is that you?
So he calls off some of the
Oh,
guards
yeah?
so that you can sneak a little bit better.
That's you, right? Is that you?
Yo, Pally, over here.
Right, so he calls him out. He basically, the conversation you have with him
Over here.
indicates that
Pally, over here.
someone was supposed to be coming here to investigate on the part of a newspaper, on the behalf of a newspaper, and he thinks that you're that person, and so then he, tells you that you're kind of terrible at your job, and he tells you what you need to do, and he gives you some stuff that's helpful. But he bugged out there when he was trying to. He tells us the password to this so that we can look at some things. The password is Lighthouse. So we can see the engines are off, the deck cams are off, the locks are locked. We can deal with all that stuff by going to control. And that's the password they gave us. So now you can start the engines. That is stupid. It will get you noticed. You can sound the ship horn. That is also stupid. Turning the deck cams on, however, is incredibly useful. As you will see in a second. Okay. You can still hear him all bugged out in the back there. Right now, I want to So there's a different password for this. Trying to remember what it is. I think I can hack that. There we go. So now what we get is we get to read these, which are good for story stuff. Waters calm as we head out of Istanbul. Professor Johansson, remember Ingvar Johansson was the name on the hotel registry, seemed very worried about the safety of the sarcophagus and various other artifacts from his dig, but I assured him that all was well. Rough waters last evening. Operations normal, but the crew seems restless. One of the Turks has been telling them ghost stories. I had Lieutenant Stygian. What kind of a name is that? Stygian is a general name for being from the Styx area of, like, the Greek underworld, the river Styx. That is what Stygian means, and so it means from hell. I had Lieutenant from hell take him aside and speak with him. Nothing to report. Situation normal. Two of the crew have gone missing, and I fear they may have fallen overboard sometime during the night. No trace of either. Lieutenant Stygian has tried to contact their families, but something seems to have gone wrong with the radio. We may have a saboteur on board. The crate holding a sarcophagus seems to have been opened. Ominous. We have found blood on the upper and lower decks, and it seems that at least 3 more of the crew are missing. The men are hysterical. I found the Turk in his cabin, curled up into a ball, muttering something indecipherable to himself. Lieutenant Stygian is one of the missing crew, as well as the radio technician. One of the men had a shortwave radio, but all calls for help have gone unanswered. I leave this to whoever may find it. This ship is cursed. May it sink to the crushing depths of Davy Jones' locker before... So it's like he bothered to write out, "Ag." Obviously something bad happened. We are not allowed to know what. Surely it has something to do with the Ankaran sarcophagus. And now, we can look in the security cameras. So, looking at the security cameras and espying the Ankaran sarcophagus from here prevents you from having to go through the really obnoxious task of sneaking physically all the way up to it and looking at it, which is a real pain if you don't have invisibility. So, you can't really tell from on here. What you see when you go down there is the sarcophagus with large bloody handprints on the outside of it, which is of course very ominous. What we do need to do is sneak out and find the police report. I'm trying to remember where that is. No, wait, I already have a copy of the police report. I need the shipping manifest. Which is, hey, right here. So we have obtained the manifest. I think that's everything I need to do. You have successfully completed your task. So that was to obtain a copy of the police report, which you can get by talking to the guy at the beginning. If you don't talk to him, you have to sneak around and find a copy of it. You have to get eyes on the Ankaran sarcophagus, which we did via the security camera, which all you need to do is be able to hack sufficiently. Alright, we don't want to go that way. And then you have to get a copy of the shipping manifest, which you do simply by unlocking the doors at the computer terminal and finding it on the table. So, this is one of the missions for which hacking is key. If you don't have the skills to hack, you have to do a lot more work. Of course, remember, if you just have the passwords from one of your previous playthroughs, they don't change, and you can cheat through that way. I actually hacked it with my Auspec skill, bolstering my abilities, and so this was done in fairly short order. Super easy if you have hacking skills and if you bother to talk to that guy.
Hallie, over here.
Obviously, if you don't have sufficient persuasion skill, then talking to him will not help and will in fact alert everyone.
Is that you?
I think the only way to avoid talking to him, actually, is to be invisible. Shut up! And I jump back into the boat and head on back. So, I made it back. I alerted no one to my presence. I did good. And now we'll go back to Prince LaCroix and have a chat with him, and that will be the end of this episode. So that mission, I mean, you're probably thinking, wow, that's ridiculously easy. Again, it is much more difficult if you actually have to sneak your way to the Uncarn sarcophagus. Because you have to avoid lots of police patrols, you have to do weird jumps. Yeah, it's not fun. So I always activate the security cameras and do it that way. Just saves you a lot of hassle. It would have been especially galling having to do 2 obnoxious sneak missions in a row, so. Hey, dude.
Where to?
I swear your voice changes each time. Going back downtown. Go to the lobby and talk to Officer Chunk. And a new person waiting outside the building. If you don't recognize her by sight, you will recognize her when she accosts us in a second.
Hey, I know this might seem creepy and all, but please don't blow me off, okay?
Okay.
Someone told me I could find you here.
Who? Who told you that?
I've been looking all over for you since that night. Because I just wanted to... I'm in your debt. I want to help you. I owe you my life, and I feel like I need to repay you. I almost forgot. I'm Heather. Heather Poe. I'm not weirding you out or anything, am I?
That's hard to do these nights. You look much better. I'm glad. So, if you haven't caught on yet, you have a chance now to acquire your own ghoul. You can, have basically a servant. You can, of course, tell her to piss off, and I think you get humanity for doing so. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, lonely as I am, I'm going to ask her for her companionship, which is really just servitude.
Only because of you, what you did for me.
I did save your life, that's true.
I got you this. I thought you might be able to use it. It can be useful to you. I'd do anything, just tell me you'll let me help you. Let me stay with you. Make me feel this way.
So, the various ghouls that we've spoken to have expressed their sort of loyalty and affection in different ways. They don't all become sort of groveling and sycophantic in this way. We saw that Nox is just very enthusiastic about his work for his master, Bertram. We see that Mercurio is just very loyal and sort of gets the job done, and that's how he expresses his devotion to Prince LaCroix, who is his master. Heather here is being a bit more sort of servile. Yeah, that's just the way it works. Okay, of course, Heather, I would love for you to stay with me.
Really? I promise you won't regret it. Promise. I'll get you money, I'll get you things, everything. I want to be important to you.
Wait for me at my place. I can't have you following me around. It's dangerous.
I know where you live.
Stalker.
I'll check there first.
Who told you all this?
And when you do come back, I'll take care of whatever you want. I'd do anything for you.
Alright, you grow a spine. Can you do that? My dear Heather, what would I ever do without you? I'll see you later. So we now have our very own ghoul, and she's gonna apparently walk back to Santa Monica, which is where my shitty house is. Okay. Hey, Chunk, what's up, dude?
Evening, Chief. You back to see Mr. LaCroix again?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he told me to send you up as soon as you came in. Lots of people here to see Mr. LaCroix. Nice guy.
He's not a nice guy.
Different, though. You wonder if he's... that's his business.
You wonder if he's an undead murderer? Oh, you meant gay. Okay. Those are different things, Chunk. Don't be weird. How's it going, Chunk?
I'm keeping the undesirables out. The innocent, safe and secure. I'm the thin blue line.
You are not thin. You're a fat blue line.
Decent folks. Yep. As long as I'm around, Mr. LaCroix's got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. So, I always want to say your self-delusion is spectacular, because it's true, it is. But I always like to be nice to Chunk. I mean, he's just a hapless doofus. I'm sure he appreciates that you're here to protect him. See ya, Chunk. You have to talk to him. You will just be physically blocked from proceeding if you don't. You don't have to be nice to him, though. That's your choice. And it says a lot about you. You're treated to a cutscene.
I've said all I need.
Ugly guy in tuxedo. There's Maximilian Strauss. And there's just two random people. So this cutscene is a little bit different. Strauss is always there. His coat doesn't always get fucked up like that. That Nosferatu is not always there. Not in the original cutscenes. They added him in. He is an important character, and we will meet him later. Those other two are just random Ventrue models. Who they are, if you're Ventrue, then they, I think, are Toreador. I think otherwise, they're always Ventrue, the models there. All right, let's talk.
I don't have time for a monologue.
You mean a monologue for me or for you? You're always monologuing. Everyone on board was massacred. There weren't any survivors.
And the Ankaran sarcophagus? What did you see?
There was blood all over the floor. Handprints indicate that it was opened from within.
Opened? Let's not jump to conclusions. Give me the manifest in your notes. I'll sort this mess later. You might have noticed when you came in, the parade of malingering mollycoddles filing out.
You do know that you're talking about my Primogen, right? What was that all about?
Those were the Primogen, this city's clan elders. A worrisome bunch devoted first and foremost to the security of their own skin. Which is why they were here. It seems Alistair Grout, the Malkavian Primogen, has either forgotten how to answer his phone, or is missing. Each minor problem like a grain of sand. Each night I inherit the desert.
Stop being melodramatic,
Zabot's
dickhead.
appearance has put the Primogen on edge. Grout's mansion is in the Hollywood Hills. I need you to pry Grout out of whatever crack he's crawled into.
Ah, it's a joke. You made a joke. Certainly. Is that all?
Yes, for the moment. You know, your demeanor thus far bears similar characteristics to those that rise to the top of this organization.
Do you mean bootlicker? Brown noser?
course.
Thank you, sir. Now, about Grout?
Yes, about Grout. As I said, Grout is the Malkavian Primogen. His behavior and home are eccentric, to say the least. He's developed a paranoid bent lately, so you may have to check under every bed in the place for him.
Okay. I have a few questions to ask before I go.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
Let me see if I have anything new.
Which is?
Never mind. I'll be back.
When we hear from Grout, you may come back. Until then.
Goodbye. At this point in time, if you don't have any Masquerade violations, if you haven't had any for the entire game, I think he gives you keys to a new apartment. So you have to play very well also and not piss him off at all. In fact, sort of kiss up to him in order to get the new apartment at this early stage in the game. Obviously, we did not succeed in doing that. So yeah, we have to continue living in our shithole. Alright, we were supposed to go to the Hollywood Hills to do that.
Need a ride?
God, his voice does change every time. So we can go to Grout's mansion. That will be our next stop after we go check at our apartment to see what Heather has done with the place. So you have to be careful. Sometimes you will, like, randomly attack when you load into a new place, and oops, that can end badly because, you know, then you might hit somebody, and then the police will come and shoot you. Yeah, so watch out for that. There's not really anything you can do about it, frankly. Alright. Check our email, see what our ghoul is doing, and then we will end this episode.
Did you miss me? Judging by the way the boards lit up, I'd say you make me feel so desirable, LA. So many callers.
Be quiet, Deb. I need to talk to Heather.
I'm so glad you're back. I've been waiting here just like you asked. Your place is,
Garbage?
nice.
No, it's not. Don't lie to me. I didn't decorate it.
Is there something I can do for you? Anything. Just ask.
So we basically are forced into explaining to her what her lot in life is. So get some rest. No, let's just be upfront with her. There's something you should know before we go on.
Oh. Are you married?
No, not
Is
married.
that why you don't want me around?
No. You survived because of my blood. I'm a vampire. You're bound to me.
What? You're joking, right? That's like slang for something like catcher or some fetish term, right? Not like a blah, blah, vampire, right?
I'm afraid not. My blood commingles with your own. A term for you is ghoul.
No, there's no such thing. This isn't funny anymore.
It wasn't funny to begin with, lady. So you can treat her sort of in two terrible ways, or one just incredibly condescending way. So you can sort of threaten to leave her, and then she'll grovel. You can just command her, or you can say, "Don't worry, my sweet pet. I will protect you. I will make you feel incredible." You're talking about blood. You're not gonna sleep with her.
You will. I do love you so much. Whatever you are. I don't care. I just want to be with you.
That's what unconditional love sounds like, folks. It's gross and disgusting. Okay, yes. Always know that I adore you. I share my blood only with you, dear Heather.
What can I do to show my appreciation?
Let's see, we can steal her money. You have any money on you?
Here, that's all I've got.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Me? I'm not so special, you know? I go to college. I'm majoring in fashion design. I think I'm pretty creative. I just started school a year late because my parents died. Car crash. I didn't really have anyone special in my life until you came along.
So we learned that her life is pretty terrible. Her parents died in a car crash, so she couldn't go to school right away. She's been lonely. And then somehow she ended up almost dead in an ER. How sad. Don't worry. I'm here for you, dearest Heather. So you can cause her to change her appearance. All of her other appearances are really kind of weird. You can turn her into a goth chick. You can make her look like a stripper. There might be one other one. I like her to stay in her normal sort of, I guess, nerdy attire. I may at some point show you the other ones, but I'm not going to do it right now. I feel famished. Share your blood with me. Does this mean I'm, in some way drinking my own blood because I gave her my blood and now I'm drinking hers? Is that weird? Is that auto-cannibalism? You can kill her, so don't do that. So, you can talk to her and, get new conversations, and she does different stuff at various points in the game. So, it's fun to have her around. We got new emails. Repaid favors. This is from Mercurio. Stop by my apartment when you get a chance. I'll set you up. Hopefully with guns. And this is just junk email. I have no interesting email. It's just like real life. Okay. We're going to end the episode here. Next time we will go to the Hollywood Hills, to the mansion of the Malkavian Primogen, and we'll see what craziness is going on out there. Remember that Jeanette and Therese are Malkavian, and they are crazy as shit. So the leader of the Malkavians is probably crazier than shit. That is my supposition. And I know it's true because I've played this game before. So, hopefully you've liked this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of Corbin's adventures as he interacts with various crazed vampires and condescends to his ghoul, then you should subscribe, not submit to my channel, as I was about to say. Subscribe and you will see more than you ever desired. If you're not going to do that, I don't care what you do.